They called me at Fox, my agent did, because I was working there on a movie called I'll Get By. And they said they're interviewing for a 3.5-inch sprite like this who doesn't talk. Well, I'd been in the business long enough to know that you don't go in and sit down and say, "Hi, I can do the job," you know, kind of thing. So I went home that night and choreographed to an instrumental, a little 45 record, you know, with the big holes in them. And I choreographed in pantomime fixing breakfast, dropping eggs on the floor, slipping on it, washing my hands, refrigerator door, and so on. And I took my little player in the next morning and sat it down. And it was fun to watch Mark Davis try to find a plug for it. And I did it for them. And they said, "We like that, but what we want, the first scene that she will be doing is stepping on the mirror on Wendy's dresser top, and then she preens herself." And I didn't do it as if she's preening herself. I did it as if she'd never seen a mirror before. And they could see how I did the pantomime and how I moved. And they said, "Would it be convenient for you to come to work next Tuesday?"
60 years ago, Margaret Kerry was picked to play the part of Tinker Bell as a reference for Walt Disney's animators in the film Peter Pan.
They would have the storyboard of what they wanted her to do. And the first time that I stepped out in front of the camera, I said, "What do you want? Do you want a Betty Boop? Do you want an austere? You know, what do you want?" They said, "We want her to be you." And that's why today I can still say that Tinkerbell and I are the same, because they copied everything that I did. So they would tell me what they wanted for the scene. I would work out a couple of things on the floor, on the sound stage, and I would show it. And they'd say, "We like it." Okay, and they'd sit back, and I'd do the first take, and they'd say, "Print it." Okay, let's take one for protection. And I became known as Two-Take Tink. Dumb me, if I had messed up, I probably still could have been working.
Kerry did not just sit still and strike a pose for Disney's animators.
It was much more than posing. It was all the action, all the dancing, all the movements.
Kerry got so involved with Tinkerbell that she's figured out why people of all ages find the character so fascinating.
She's beguiling. You love her whether she's naughty, you love her whether she's nice, whatever she's doing, you're fascinated with her.
Kerry demonstrated for us how Tinkerbell would react depending on her moods, including upset with Peter Pan, a little put off by Peter Pan, but not upset, looking at herself in the mirror, really happy, really sad. Captain Hook enters the scene, afraid of being eaten by the crocodile.
Either that, or I'm trying to get out of the drawer that I'm stuck in. It's
Eureka, she's found the shadow. Jealousy. Finding out Peter Pan's in love with Wendy. So there, harumph. Finally, she's missing Peter Pan.
Peter?
Mark Eades reporting for OCRegister.com.